Hi guys, my name's Deb Marnie and I'm from Aussie Maille, and today in this video tutorial I'm going to show you how you can weave up your very own Helm Ladder bracelet. Alright guys, let's get started. Alright, so here's a sample piece of the finished bracelet, the Helm Ladder bracelet. Okay, so this is for approximately a 20 centimeter bracelet or about 8 inches in length. So to complete this bracelet at that length, you're going to need the following materials. So we've got in 16 gauge AWG, which is 1.2 millimeter wire diameter. We've got a 1/4 inch or 6.35 millimeter ID rings. Now we have these in two colors. We've got bright aluminium, the silver, and our anodized aluminium, this time in dark rose. In the silver, you'll need approximately 84 of these rings to complete the bracelet, and in the anodized aluminium, you're going to need 21 of these rings. Also, in 16 gauge AWG, we've got 5/32 of an inch or 3.97 millimeter ID rings. Again, in two colors, bright aluminium and anodized aluminium. In the bright aluminium, you'll need 42 of these rings to complete the bracelet, and in the anodized aluminium, you'll need 84 of these rings to complete the bracelet. I've chosen for this bracelet a slide lock clasp with 2 ring attachments. Any clasp that you have that has 2 ring attachments will be fine for this tutorial. I've also got a twist tie, which you may or may not use, but if you've got something like that handy, keep it close just in case you need to use it. And of course, our 2 pairs of smooth jawed pliers. Again, we're using pliers from our Xuron range, our chisel nose plier, and this one is our short nosed plier. All right, let's get started. To start creating this bracelet, we make up several units of, or short pieces of helm weave. So to make the 20 centimeter bracelet or the 8-inch length bracelet, you'll need about 21 of these helm segments. So to do that, I suggest by starting to pre-close 4 of your color 1 large rings. Okay, so I've got 3 closed here, close up the 4th. So we've got 4 of our large colour 1 rings closed. Then we're going to take a small colour 1 ring and we're going to pop our 4 large pre-closed rings onto it and close it up. And we're going to place another small colour 1 ring through the same path, so that we're then left with a chain made up of 2 large, 2 small, and 2 large. Okay, so next we want to take up an opened colour 1 large ring, and we want to go between these 2 rings here on both sides while encircling the 2 small rings in the middle. Now the easiest way to do this is to grab your twist tie if you need it, slip it through one of those pairs of large rings, just give it a quick twist, you don't need it to stay there long. And what you then do is take your colour 1 open ring, carefully insert it between those 2 that you've put the twist tie around, swinging your ring all the way around till we get up to our second pair up here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm sort of going to flip these back so that it exposes our colour 2 large ring that we're trying to close. And then very carefully I'm going to close that ring up. Okay. So that's basically a section of helm just there. And you need to make, as I said, 21 of those up to make an 8-inch bracelet. So just doing that again. So if you don't want to pre-close your large rings, you certainly don't have to. what you can do is you can just come in and pop them on straight out of the bag so that they're just partially closed. Close up your small ring. Put a second small ring through the same path. Okay. And now you can go through and close up those large rings that you didn't close before. So whichever way works best for you. Some people like to pre-close their rings. They feel that the weaving is much better flow, that they don't have to stop and pre-close or close all these rings. Some people don't like having their pliers too many times on a ring. So you do you, whatever works best for the way that you like to weave. Okay, so we've got our 2-2-2 chain there. So again, now you don't have to use the twist tie, but I'm showing you with the twist tie because it does make it a little bit easier. Just give it one quick twist, that's all you need. We're not holding it there for very long. We're taking one of our colour 2 large rings, and then with those 2 rings that we've put the twist tie through, we're going to firstly put our colour 1 ring, or colour 2 ring, I'm sorry, in between those 2 rings, all the way through to the other side. We don't want to pick them up, we just want to be sandwiched in between them, okay? And we bring the end around so that it's up here at sort of like the 12 o'clock position. And then we want to flip our other pair of large rings that are up the top there. So we've got one each side exposing our ring here. Now this large ring doesn't go through any of our rings at all. It just goes around them and gets sandwiched between the other large ones. So once you close that up, fold the big rings back and you've got your piece of helm. So I'll just do that once more for you so that you can see how it's done. Okay, I'm not pre-closing any of my rings. So I'm going to take my small colour 1 ring and I'm going to open it up. And on there I'm going to pop 4 of my largest colour 1 rings. Okay, and then close that ring. I'm going to place another small ring through the same path so that we've got 2 small rings there. So again, open the small ring up, feed it through all 4 of our large colour 1 rings, close it up, and now I'm going to go back and I'm going to close all of these large rings up, making sure I've got all of the rings nicely closed. So as I said, you can pre-close these. If that's the way you like to weave, then by all means go ahead and pre-close. For each unit, you'll need to pre-close 4 of your large colour 1 rings. Okay, and finally the 4th one. Okay, so there we are with our simple 2-2-2 chain. I'm going to take up the twist tie. I'm going to put it through one end just quickly. Give it just a quick twist. And then we're going to take one of our large colour 2 rings. I'm going to open that up. Now to start with, we go to the end that we've put the twist tie through. And we want to push this in between. We want it to be sandwiched basically by the colour 1 rings that we've already placed. We put that straight through between those rings. So our colour 2 ring doesn't actually go through any rings, it's just sitting in between them. Moving so that our opening is to the top of the weave at the 12 o'clock position, we then take our other pair of colour 1 large rings and we just manipulate them so that they sit either side of that colour 1, colour 2 ring there. See that? So our colour 2 ring is still not going through any rings. We've just flipped these large ones out of the way. Makes it much easier now to come in and close this ring up. So close up your large colour 2 ring, making sure you got a nice join there. Fold back your colour 1 large, and there you've got your section of helm. Okay, so as I said, to make the bracelet at about 20 centimeters in length or about 8 inches, you'll need 21 of these units. So I'll go ahead and finish making up some more of these units, and I'll meet you back here to show you how you can join them up. So you've made up all your pieces of helm that you need to make your bracelet, and now it's time to join them together. So this time we're taking up a small colour 2 ring, and this is what we're going to use to join the pieces up. So putting our helm, as you see here, we're going to take our colour 2 ring and we're going to go through both of the large colour 1 rings on this piece, and then before we close, we take up another completed section and we also go through 2 rings on that. Okay, so it's looking like this at the moment. So I'm going to pop another ring in now so that we've doubled up our colour 2 rings. So straight through the large colour 1 rings, nothing else. Making sure we've got 4 of them, and we close that up. Okay, so what we need to do now is move our work over so it's sitting like this, and we want to do the same on this side. So taking up a colour 2 ring, a small colour 2 ring, we go up through on the other side the large rings on both of the helm pieces. Close it up and repeat with a second small ring. Okay, so this is what our work looks like at the moment, sort of a little helmish square. So we just keep extending our chain out just like that. So taking up another small colour 2 ring, going through the large rings there on one piece of our helm, grabbing another of our prepared helm pieces and going through 2 large colour 1 rings on that as well, and then closing that ring up, repeating it with a second small ring so that we've got 2 in there. Okay, so this is what our work currently looks like. So we want to swing this piece around so that the other colour 1 large rings line up in our pattern, and we join that to our piece as well. Okay, so through one pair of large rings, through the second pair of large rings, close your small ring up and then double it with another small ring. Okay, so that's basically how you then create your bracelet. You just keep going until you reach the required length, joining one unit onto the end of your piece until you've used up all your units. So I'm going to go ahead and keep doing that, and I will meet you back here when I'm done to show you how to attach the clasp. So I'm just finishing up attaching the last helm segment to our bracelet. So I've got one small colour 2 ring in there. I'm going to put my second one in, and there. We've done with the bracelet. So now we need to just attach the clasp to the ends. So to do that, I chose to use the slide lock clasp because it's got 2 rings, because we've got at least 2 anchor points here. If you've got a 3 ring clasp, you could also do that and attach it to this ring here. If you don't have any 2 ring clasp attachments, you've only got, say, a lobster clasp or a simple toggle clasp, you could attach that 1 ring to that middle ring just there. So you've got a couple of different choices with your clasp attachment with this bracelet. I'm just going to go with the simple 2-ring clasp. And to do that, I'm just going to take up a colour 2 ring, put it through one of the large pairs of rings, and then before I close it, feed my clasp onto that. I'm going to close that up, and I'm going to do the same on the other side of this end. So again, taking up an opened colour 2 ring, feeding it through our large ring there, feeding it through the clasp, closing it up. Okay, I've chosen to go with the colour 2 just to keep the pattern continuing, but it's up to you whether you use the colour 2 or the colour 1 ring. Totally your choice. Alright, so to attach, simply do the same to the other end. Straighten out the bracelet, making sure that it's not twisted in any way and that we've got the alignment nice and straight. Taking another colour 2 ring, I'm going to go through the clasp, through the bracelet. Close it up. Okay, and then repeat the same for the other side so that we've got all 4 anchor points in place. Close it up. And you're done. Okay, so that is your finished Helm Ladder bracelet. Hey guys, well that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video today and that you're able to make yourself your very own Helm Ladder bracelet. If you did like our video and you want to support us in creating more of these types of videos in the future, then don't forget to give us a good old thumbs up here at YouTube, share our video, or if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. Every little bit of interaction we have with you here on YouTube really does go a long way towards helping us, and we would love to produce more of these videos for you. If you have any questions at all, don't be frightened to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Also in the description tab that's down below this video is the link to our store where you'll be able to purchase all the components and tools that we use today to create this bracelet. So, you know, give the link a little click and have a look around and check out what we've got there. Also in the description tab below is the links to our online media platforms. So if you want to share with us what you've done here today, you know, tag us on Instagram or pop it up on our Facebook wall. We'd love to see what you guys are up to. Also in the description there are all the ring counts and the ring sizes and everything that we used. So if you missed that at the beginning of the video, don't worry, we've got you covered. It's down below. Alright guys, again, I hope you really did enjoy this tutorial today, and that hopefully we will catch you again sometime in the future. Alright, bye!